Welcome to Firearms of America. Today I am back here at Shooters in Fort Myers, Florida, about to do the review of another Glock Generation 5. Yes, and this is the all-new Glock 48 Generation 5. Yes. Chambered in 9mm, 4.1 inch barrel. This is actually the slimmed down version, so you have your very nice and slim grip that fits perfectly in my hand. I like it. Let's do some shooting and see what it can do. Now, because it is slim, you do have a little bit of a different kind of a magazine. It's not exactly single stacked, right? But it is kind of single stacked pretty much because they had to do it slimmer. So it won't be interchangeable with any other Glocks unless it's from the same slimmed down family, which they do have two different ones now. So you have this one a little bit thicker and they have one which is even thinner. But this one is capacity 10 and I am gonna do some 5 rounds through it. You probably noticed it has the all new orange guide. Pretty good. And nicely numbered in the back. Let's do some shooting. So 9mm, I have high hopes. It's Glock after all. Glock was initially built to handle the 9mm. Glock 17, the very first one. Pistole 80. Manufactured by Gaston Glock in Austria. Specifically for Austrian Army. I actually did a history video called The Amazing History of a Glock. Check it out. So, let's do some shooting. See if I can hit anything over there. And I think I'll try to get that yellow circle in the center. Now, the slide here, surprisingly, is easy to rack. I do like the way this fits in my hands. That's really good. Didn't lock back on the last round, but that's not because of this, it's because of my grip. Whenever I have my thumb resting on the slide release, it usually happens. Keep that in mind. So, as expected, it handles the recoil beautifully. I think 4.1 inch barrel is definitely good. Overall length, whenever it comes to the 9mm, whenever you have that concern of how it handles the recoil. I do like the grip. It's better for smaller hands like mine. It fits just perfectly. I like the slimmer grip compared to standard double stacked magazine grip that you get on the Glock. I think this fits much better. You do have your typical Generation 5 stippling here. It's not as aggressive, especially compared to Generation 4. I think it would have been better. I personally prefer Generation 4 grips, the design of grips, a little bit more because it is a little bit more aggressive and also because it has some finger grooves on the front. Now, this is really a personal preference. Some people like them, some people don't. I personally do. But overall, not too bad anyway. Now, the mag release is still good old mag release. Nothing really changed from the Generation 4. It sits kind of flat to the grip, but because the area of the mag release itself, the mag release button, is bigger than your Generation 3 one, does a pretty good job. Now, let's move on to a few other features. Speaking of the slide release that I was holding with my thumb, it is not ambidextrous, which I don't know. In some models, they made it ambidextrous in Generation 5, but some of them they left non-ambidextrous, which I think is weird, doesn't make a lot of sense to me because the mag release button is actually reversible for lefties, but the slide release is not ambidextrous, so it kind of is not a very left-handed friendly. Now, the slide release here, as you can see, it does not operate as your standard slide release on the Glock. You can't simply single-handedly release it. You have to pull the slide back, and to me that's one of the things that I don't like. One of the reasons why I like Glocks that much is because the slide releases are so intuitive. Not here, not on this one. It's a little bit different. Keep that in mind. Even the shape itself of this slide release lever is a little bit different, so keep that in mind. Overall, the slide is fairly easy to rack. Not the lightest slide, but not the toughest either, so kind of in between. But that of course comes with the new upgraded guide rod with the tougher spring, which does a really good job at handling the recoil, but adds up a little bit of toughness to the slide. And speaking of the slide, you probably already noticed the serrations that Glock added on the front. So if you are one of those people, you're gonna appreciate it. So let's do some 5 more rounds through this. And we will try to talk about a few other features like the sights and the trigger. Now, whenever it comes to Glocks, Glock, if you ask people around and say, hey, what is the, if you ask 10 people, what is the most reliable pistol out there? 8 of them are gonna say Glock, and there's a reason, there are some serious reasons for that. They are not demanding for any kind of special ammo. You can shoot literally anything through it, and they will handle it. Throughout all of the reviews that I've done of the Glocks, I don't think I ever had a single misfire or misfit, not a single malfunction, in fact, other than user caused. My fault. So let's put some 5 more rounds through it, and I'll try to come up with some more or less reasonable conclusion for this Glock 48 Generation 5. So I have my 5 rounds. Get the 5 rounds in. And I think, you know what? I think I will try 6 rounds, 7 rounds. I guess it's 8 rounds. So I will try to hit some of those flappy pedals and finish up my day strong, so I can be proud of myself. Let's do that. So, alrighty, let's see. They didn't want to turn. But on the plus side, this is a pretty good option. I think if you want something, if you want a good option that is well balanced between being an easy to conceal 9mm handgun and at the same time something that you want to keep in a car or in your house as a home self-defense weapon. Well, not home self-defense weapon. Great job, Glock. So, thank you very much guys for watching. This was Firearms of America, and I'll see you guys in the next video.